In today's Social Security updates, I have breaking news from the Social Security Administration. They are saying that Social Security benefits are expected to be cut by 25% 8 years from now. That is sooner than they said it was going to happen. According to the Social Security trustees, a lot of things have happened that has pushed this date forward. So, how did we get here? Is it because Congress and presidents have borrowed money from the Social Security Trust Fund and have not put it back? Is it because of demographic changes that are happening because less people are paying into Social Security than are withdrawing from the system? Or is it another reason? Well, I have done the research and I am here to talk to you not only about how we got here, but the 7 things that can be included now in the big, beautiful bill that is before Congress today that can fix Social Security so that we will not get to this point where 8 years from now, seniors that are already struggling between Social Security check to Social Security check are now going to lose 25% of their check because politicians and the government did not do their job. And here's a big disturbing trend. The Social Security Administration also announced that more people are filing for Social Security. There's been a rush of people filing for Social Security benefits. But when you think about it, it makes sense because people are worried that Social Security will not be around when they file, or it will not be in the amounts that they expected to get. People are fearing that there's going to be cuts that are going to go deeper than the government is claiming. So I want to walk you through why this is happening and what Congress and President Trump can do about it right now to get us off this path of disaster that's going to happen. So, my name is Kwame Kwade. I am a government benefits expert. For 15 years, I've been helping seniors get the retirement benefits they deserve. We create content on Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, and any personal finance issue that affects seniors. We bring it to you. If you are new here, welcome. Do me a favor, go into the comment section. Let me know your city and your state. So let's dive into this breaking news directly from the Social Security Administration's trustee report. They are required by Congress every year to provide an update on where the Social Security Trust Fund and the Social Security program is. And they just came out with this shocking news that has caused a lot of stress among seniors. And they're saying that 8 years from now, if Congress does not do anything, there will be automatic cuts to Social Security benefits up to 25%. Now, we know seniors cannot survive on that. There are seniors that are getting $1,000 in Social Security a month. If you cut 25%, it's going to be $750. And seniors are already spending $6,600 a year in Medicare premium copays and deductibles and out of pocket costs. It is just not going to work. So something has to be done. But the biggest issue is understanding why this is happening. A lot of seniors believe that the reason why we're here is because Congress has borrowed money from the Social Security Trust Fund over the years. Presidents, Democratic, Republican, have borrowed money from the Social Security Trust Fund and have not paid it back. Now, according to my research, the borrowing is true. It is true that over the years, various presidents have borrowed money from the Social Security Trust Fund. Congress has borrowed money from the Social Security Trust Fund to pay for all sorts of expenses. But by law, they are supposed to put the money back. And according to my research, they have put all the money back. The problem is that there are other things that are happening that are also causing stress on the Social Security system, which I want to walk you through. And it may surprise you that these particular things I'm going to walk you through right now play a bigger role in what is happening. But let me talk about Congress putting the money back. They put the money back in form of issuing bonds. So it's not like they're putting the cash back into the system. They're issuing IOUs to the Social Security Administration, which the Social Security Administration can then cash anytime they want to make up the difference in funding. Now, that has been happening for a very long time. And when you read the Social Security Trust Fund report, which is available to you, is available online to everybody, which I have read and I'm sharing with you, it does show how much the government owes in bonds to the Social Security system. And that can be cashed to on demand, pretty much. Social Security, if there's a shortfall, they can just reach out to the Treasury and say, hey, we need you to pay us this amount so that we can meet our obligations. And that's what has been happening. So when I say they are paying the money back or they've paid it all back, it's because they issued IOUs that are invested in Treasury bonds that can be cashed by the Social Security Administration. So I hope that is clear, because I know a lot of you are going to come at me, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on that fact. But let's talk about the bigger picture. What is causing this cliff that we're about to hit? The first reason is that there is aging population, and then there is low birth rates. You put that two together, and that's one of the biggest reasons. What do I mean? In 1960, there were 5 people working to support one beneficiary that is collecting Social Security benefits. That number has dropped drastically. And in 2023, that number went to 2.7. So you have 2.7 workers to support one retiree. We went from 5 to 2.7. And in 10 years, 2035, that number will drop to 2.3. On top of that, the birth rate has dropped dramatically from 3.7 in 1960 to 2.1, actually to 1.7, in recent years. So low birth rates means that over time, there are less people that are contributing to the Social Security system to support the people, excuse me, to support the people that are taking money out of the system. Now, I want to explain something to you about how the Social Security system works, because I think a lot of people, when they hear that the money is not there or the money is going to be cut, they're like, hey, I paid my money into the system. Why are you cutting? Why? Just leave my money alone. Well, that is not how the Social Security Trust Fund or the Social Security system was designed. It wasn't designed like a 401k or an IRA where you put the money in and it grows with interest, and it stays there for you. Your name is on that account. When you pay Social Security taxes, it doesn't go to an account with your name on it. They just credit your account and say, okay, you've contributed this amount of money. But the money you're contributing is going to pay Social Security benefits for people who are currently collecting Social Security. So it is not a 401k account where your account is safe and growing with interest, and then when you're ready, you collect. It is a pay-as-you-go system. So when you have fewer workers, when you have a low birth rate, and fewer workers supporting retirees that are taking money out of the system, then you can see that imbalance, that difference has to be made up. And the only way to make up the difference is what I'm going to talk to you about in the next section of the video. The next thing that's happening that's causing a lot of strain on the Social Security system is that people are living longer. And that's a good thing. In 1960, the average person who hit 40, 64, or 65 lived 14 years longer. Okay. So you hit 65, and the likelihood, of you living 14 more years was very high. Well, now, if you hit 65, you are likely to live 20 more years. So people are collecting Social Security 6 more years longer than they were in the 1960s. So where is that money going to come from? It's going to come from the same Social Security system. So you have less people contributing to the system, more, and people are collecting longer. The third reason is that there are significantly more people collecting Social Security benefit because the baby boomer generation is retiring. And that generation born between 1946 and 1964 are the biggest and largest generation ever. 76 million people. And since 2011, they've started retiring at a rate of 10,000 a day. And that rate is going to continue all the way through 2030. And by 2030, all baby boomers are going to be 65 and over. So they definitely will be collecting Social Security, or at least the majority of them will be close to their full retirement age, and collecting benefits. So you put all those together, those 3 big factors: retiring baby boomer generation, increased longevity, and aging population and low birth rates. You put all that together, and it's putting a tremendous stress on the Social Security system. So regardless of whether the government has borrowed money or not, there is still issues that are stressing the social security system that need to be addressed. And so that is why people are rushing to file social security, because they're worried that it may not be around, at least in the form that it is, when they retire. But here's the thing. We are not helpless in this situation. Congress can do something about this. So I'm going to walk you through 5 things that Congress can do. 3 of them can help bring in more money into the system, and 2 of them will slow down how much money is going out of the system. And they can do a little bit of both. But the only way to fix the system is to bring in more money or slow down how much money is leaving the system. Now, why is that important? Well, because it's a pay-as-you-go system, the money that's coming in has to equal the money that's going out. When the money that's coming in is more than the money that's going out, it goes into the surplus, goes into a trust fund. And the trust fund is invested in government bonds. And that investment grows over time. And then when we get to a situation where we are getting more people getting benefits that are paying into the system like we have right now, we will dip into the trust fund, which is the rainy day fund, to pay the difference. Well, that trust fund is not endless. It's not limitless. It has about $1.8 trillion in there, but it's going to run out. It was supposed to run out around 2035. Now they say it's going to run out 2 years sooner. That is why the cuts are going to happen. So to avoid that, more money has to be brought in or slow down how much money is going out. Well, how can you bring in more money? Well, the first way is to increase the Social Security tax rate. Currently, Social Security taxes are at 12.4%, 6.2% paid by the employee, 6.2% paid by the employer, for a total of 12.4%. Now they want to increase it to 14.4%, a 2% increase over 6 years. What is that going to do? Well, it's going to bring in more money, because Social Security is funded by payroll taxes. At least 96% of Social Security benefits are funded through payroll taxes. The other 4% is funded through taxes on Social Security benefits, which President Trump promised he was going to eliminate and then change his mind about, which is a whole different video for another day. But what you need to know here is that 96% of Social Security funding comes from payroll taxes. The second way to bring in more money is to eliminate the Social Security earnings cap. What does that mean? Well, Social Security is funded through payroll taxes, but not all income is subject to payroll taxes. In fact, only the first $176,100 in 2025 is subject to Social Security taxes. So if somebody makes $600,000, only the first $176,100 is subject to Social Security taxes. If somebody makes $1.5 million, they're only going to pay Social Security taxes on $176,100. So if you want to bring in more money, why not remove the cap, or at least increase it from 176,000 to maybe 750,000, so that anybody that makes up to 750,000 pays Social Security taxes, or even 500,000. That is even better than the 176,100. So if you're wondering why Social Security is under stress, it's because not every income is subject to payroll taxes when it comes to Social Security. So that is the second way. And if you did either of the 2 things that I've talked about, increase the tax rate, remove the cap, you will solve the problem for the next 75 years. Either of those would do it. Now, if that is not an option, because we know politicians are not people with great courage to do the hard things, then the next thing is skilled immigration. Bring very skilled people here to come and work here, pay into the system. Because even if you do things to increase the birth rate, that's another 30 years before you're going to see any money come into the system that's going to help the current situation. So a shortcut is skilled immigration. People who have skills that the United States is looking for, bring them here, let them pay taxes, Social Security taxes, and help support the system. Those are the three ways you can bring money in. If you want to slow down how much money is going out, then you can increase the full retirement age. The full retirement age now is 66 and change to 67, depending on where you were born. Well, there's a proposal to increase it to 69. Why? Because full retirement age is where you get all the money that you've paid into the system. And so if they increase the full retirement age, it kind of stretches that and delays it for a lot of people. And so that slows down how much money comes out of the system. They can also reduce how much cost of living adjustment you're getting every month. That is also, I know that's like not a good idea for a lot of seniors, because this year you got what, $50 a month in increase, if that. And so the idea of reducing the amount of cost of living adjustment that seniors get is going to make a lot of seniors unhappy. So these are the 5 solid things that can be done. Another idea is to means test Social Security benefits, which is very unpopular with the rich, because what means testing is going to do is that it's going to limit Social Security. It's going to reduce how much Social Security benefits high income earners get versus low income earners. So low income earners will get more, high income earners will get less. It's supposed to just slow down how much money is coming out of the system, but also protect low income people and their Social Security benefits. All those options of slowing down how much money is coming out of the system are not exciting. So, what is the solution? Well, I think the biggest thing Congress can do today is to remove the cap on Social Security taxation so that all income is subject to Social Security taxes. That will solve the problem. It will affect everybody that's working. It will spread the pain evenly. And I think is the most reasonable thing to do. But you let me know, what do you think is the best way to save Social Security and avoid this 25% up to 25% cut that is coming in 8 short years that is going to hit seniors very hard? If you like what you've heard, I want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate your support. But before I let you go, let's talk about Medicare. I do this because I think it's helpful to people to know that Medicare, if you're unhappy with your Medicare, there is help. And you see the number on the screen, Chapter Medicare, our partner. These guys are the real deal. They are there to be in your corner. If you are turning 65 and you are overwhelmed by Medicare options, or you are currently in a Medicare plan and you did not choose the plan you actually wanted, you are not alone, because 90% of all seniors are in the wrong Medicare plan. Why? Because there's 24,000 plans out there. It's so hard to choose what meets your budget, the doctor networks you need to be in, the hospitals, the copay, deductibles. There's so much you need to consider. But Chapter are the guys that can walk you through it. When you call the number you see, they will walk you through everything that's available to you in your local area, the cost, hospital network, prescription drugs, copays, and then help you compare it to traditional Medicare and make an informed decision about what is best for you. Because some Medicare plans are local, and Chapter has access to all 24,000 plans. Actually, they are the only organization that does. And so they see everything and they can help you find the best plan for you. Plus, they don't pay their licensed agents to push you into a specific plan. Unlike other Medicare advisory companies, these guys want to help you find the best plan, and they can save you $1,100 a year. So go to the description in this video. You will see a link, fill out a short form, and they will reach out to you and help you. Or you can call the number on your screen right now, and there are agents that are going to help you sort through Medicare and get the best plan that is for you. So that's all I have today. If you like what you heard, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you tomorrow when we do another live. Thank you for watching.